Everybody, thanks a lot for joining me for this video. I'm so excited to tell you about what I did over the weekend. There was a teen seminar in my area and I got to do a session on teen makeup and it was super fun. I had my friend Katie in and she allowed me to kind of do a little demonstration on her, showing just, minimal steps for getting a look that you can just quickly pull together and run out the door with. It's affordable, it's quick, it's easy. I outlined it all on this handout that I gave the people in my class, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to just have a video that they can come back to and look at, and everybody that couldn't come to that conference could check out and see. So I'm gonna show you how to get a natural look like this, plus just a few steps that will instantly kick up your look for a special occasion, a dance, a date, or whatever you want. And remember, even if you're not a teen, these steps will be great for you to have an affordable look that you can get with very little effort. So to see how it all comes together, keep on watching. I'm starting out with a clean face, nothing on it at all, and I'm going to take a tinted moisturizer like CoverGirl CG Smoothers. This has an SPF 15. Just for reference, my shade is light to medium, and this blends really easily into the skin. And the benefit of a tinted moisturizer is that you're getting your moisturizer step and some light coverage all in one. And so I just use my fingers to smooth this all over my skin, and I notice some kind of evening out of my complexion, but this never looks heavy. So this, if you have been struggling with, using foundations and products like that, they're maybe just too heavy for your skin, and you just want something quick and light, you can slather this on very quickly. Now, even with a product like a tinted moisturizer, you want to make sure you do get that blended all the way up into your hairline and all the way down, to your ear behind the jaw area, because it needs to still look blended. These do still have, even though it's light coverage, there is still some color going on your face, so you need to be aware of that. Next, we want to go to our concealer step. I'm using Revlon Photo Ready. This is so quick and easy because I can just draw it on where I need it. I've got some under eye areas, some redness around the nose. Just dot it on and then you can use your finger to blend it in. The warmth of your finger is going to help that melt into your skin. Brushes are great, but I don't prefer to use a brush for this particular step. So just kind of go in there, and basically where your tinted moisturizer didn't cover, your concealer will. We put on 2 creamy products on our face. So the next step I would suggest is a powder that can kind of help your staying power with everything. So I'm using the e.l.f. Translucent Mattifying Powder. This is really goof proof because there's just one shade. If you want to use the sponge with it, you can, or I'm using a fluffy brush. And I'm really going to concentrate this powder. Remember, it says mattifying powder, so this is going to help you stay from getting too oily throughout the day. So I'm putting this on my forehead, really concentrating it on the T-zone, but I also want to set that concealer that I put on. So I'm definitely going to get this under my eyes as well. As you can see, this didn't add a lot of color to my face, but it did add a little coverage in the sense that it made my skin more matte and it makes it look a little more flawless that way. Bronzer and blush is a great way to perk up the skin and make you look a little more alive, a little more awake. One bronzer that I think is a really great option is from NYC. It's called the Smooth Skin Bronzer in Sunny. And this is a matte bronzer and it's very light. So if you don't want to go too overboard, this is a great option. And use a fluffy brush. You're just going to get a really light glow all over the face. Again, no shimmer, so it's going to look really natural. And if you have darker skin, you may want to, if you still want to, do some contours to your face and stuff like that, You can pick up darker bronzers that are out there. The e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzer offers a really nice option for a deeper bronzer, and light skin can even use that, just use it a little lighter. You'll notice I'm going down a little bit onto my neck and décolleté area, just so everything looks even. Blush is a major must-have, and one that I love is this one from Physicians Formula. It's the Happy Booster Blush, and this shade is natural, and it just gives you a great rosy glow. So I take a brush that's technically a blush brush. It's a little smaller than the powder brush I was using. Smile, and we're looking for the fleshy part of our cheek, and just kind of swirl that on there. And then I like to kind of dust a little bit upward. That way the bulk of the product is getting here, but it kind of, you know, you can dust it upward to really enhance the cheek area. Circular motions. And sweep it up. For eyes, if we want our eye makeup to really last us through the school day or, you know, whatever event we're doing, I recommend a primer. Palladio Herbal Eyeshadow Primer, I feel, works just as good as the Urban Decay Primer Potion or the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I mean, it really smooths on there, has the very same feel and the very same staying power, really. For a natural daytime shadow look, you can get away with just using 2 colors and you'll have everything you need. I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild palette in Petal Pusher, and I'm going to be using this shade that says Brow Bone. It's a real light shade, and this shade that's just a little bit deeper and it says Crease on it. So with the Brow Bone shade, using a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to pick up some of that product and just pat that all over my lid. The flat eyeshadow brush is great for getting the product only where you want it, and it really just keeps it confined to the eyelid. Then I'm going to grab a larger, fluffier brush that has sort of that domed look to it, and I'm going to go right back to that Brow Bone shade, and actually this time use it on my brow bone. You don't have to follow all the rules of this palette, but it does give you some ideas. Going right under the eyebrow with that. Just for a little highlight, it kind of also evens out any discoloration I had in that area. And then we're going to use just a slightly deeper shade just to enhance our crease a little bit. I'm going to be using this kind of purpley shade here. Again, you can go with neutrals, you can go with greens, whatever colors you like to use. But what's a good way to apply a product like this on yourself is to grab a mirror like this, look down into the mirror. Now I can see my whole eye, eye area, and just kind of dust back and forth for a really, really natural contour. Same thing on the other eye. I'm just looking down into my mirror. I can see exactly where my crease is without having to, blink one eye. And once you've kind of got it going on there on the crease, then you can just kind of look into whatever other mirror you're using. In this case, I'm using my camera, and you can just kind of go back and forth in those sort of windshield wiper motions, as they're often called. For that natural daytime look, you don't need your eyeliner to be too heavy or too out there at all. So I'm just going to do a basic eyeliner with a pencil across the upper lash line and then smudge it out. So this is very easy. I'm using CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus. And I'm just going to get that product right on the inner part of my upper lash line. And I'm going very, very close to my eyelashes. And this is a creamy enough product that it's not that hard to get it on there and get it really, really close to the lash line. It's not pulling and tugging a whole lot. And then I'm just going to carry it out just a bit to the outside. And now some products do come with a built-in smudger, and if you want the softest eye look possible, I recommend using that smudger. And if your eyeliner doesn't have that, then just use a Q-tip and just kind of run over that liner. And it's going to pick up some excess product that could cause smudging throughout the day. It's going to pick up that, it's going to soften it up a little bit, and just make it a little more wearable for daytime. Next up, I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I like the e.l.f. eyelash curler. It's just $1. You can find it at Target or eyeslipsface.com. That's where all these e.l.f. products I've been talking about are available. Then a new mascara I'm trying out is from Maybelline. It's the Volume Express 1x1, so really claims to accentuate each lash. It's a rubber brush mascara, and I'm just kind of trying that out, and I do like it so far. So I'm just putting it on my lashes and then wiggling it through from basically the root to the tip. If you need to do any work to your eyebrows, this pencil from Maybelline, it's called Define a Brow, works really well. I don't tend to do too much filling in on my brows, but if you have any areas that maybe seem a little uneven from the other side or are a little sparse and you've over plucked, this is a nice one because it's such a fine tip on this product that it actually looks kind of like fibers of or you know, little strands of hair actually. So it's very, very good for filling in the brows. To top off our daytime look, a tinted lip balm is a great no-fuss way to get some color on your lips but keep them feeling moisturized. And these are from Sally Beauty Supply. They're from a brand called Palladio Herbal Tinted Lip Balms. If you keep up with my videos, you know I've talked about these before. This particular shade is called Golden Pink that I'm using, and you'll notice my lips get this great sheen. And I just put it on like a lip balm, and now I feel a little more polished and ready to go. What if you want to change that really natural look up a little bit and do something different, whether it's a night out or a special occasion or something like that? Well, first off, you can change your hair a little bit, pop on a headband, do something different. But my first tip makeup-wise is to do some more contouring with your eyeshadow. So you'll remember we used this palette, and we first used this shade on the lid and as a highlight, and we used this shade in the crease. Now, for something a little more dramatic, we're going to go over to this shade right here. It's another crease color, but as you can see, it's kind of plummy, it's shimmery, and it is a lot darker. So I'm going to take a smaller brush, brush like this, kind of commonly referred to as a pencil brush, and I'm going to once again open up my mirror so I can look down into the mirror as if I were reading a book and see my whole eye area there exposed. Get some of that product on my brush, and I'm going for the outer half of my crease here. And I'm just pulling that product down a little bit, and then from the corner of my eyeliner, I'm going to go slightly up. So I'm going over with the product on the outer part of the crease and then up from the corner of my liner. And it's getting just a little deeper. If you compare it to the other eye, you can clearly see that this side is a little more dramatic. And once you've done that step, you may want to take your fluffiest brush that we first used just for that light wash of color in the crease, and nothing on it, just go over what you just did, and that's going to blend it out and make it really look seamless, like basically, you know, just kind of one color just sort of transformed as opposed to, you know, three separate colors. But that is one way to just make your look slightly more dramatic but still appropriate for a teen. I just repeated that same step on this eye, and my second tip for kicking it up a notch is to do some sort of like little bit smoky liner on the bottom, and using shadow as your liner is a great way to keep it soft, not too harsh, and still get an effect that makes your eyes pop. So we're going to use that same shade that said crease there that we put in our outer corner, and I'm going to use the same brush actually that I just used, and we're just going to utilize the tip of this brush and use it to smudge under our eyes. So I'm going directly down here, I'll show you, into the product like this, just getting a pop of that color on there, and then I'm going to once again use my mirror and take this just under my eye area, kind of blending it with that outer corner. And you'll notice my eye is going to start to have more definition here. The brush really does all the work for you. You just start where you want the most product, which would be the outside, and then any remaining product gets lighter and lighter as you go toward the inside. My next tip is to give your face a glow by using a highlight, and you can use your blush brush that we used before. This is another one of the Happy Booster products from Physicians Formula. You can see all the hearts there. While what we used the first time was blush, now we're going to top it off with a highlight, and I'm just going to pick up some of that product and go kind of right over my cheekbones. And what this basically does, and you can kind of dust this all over the face because it doesn't have glitter in it, but it just has kind of a nice pearl effect, and it gives your face a nice glow. You don't want to use too much because we don't want to look oily, but it is going to give your face a really nice little pop. And remember that what we first put on our lips was a tinted lip balm. Great for a natural look, moisturizes the lips, you feel hydrated and all that, but if you want to amp it up a little bit for night, go with a gloss over the top. A really affordable one that I love so much is from the brand called Jordana. You'll find it at Walgreens, and this shade is called Lovely. It's kind of a neutral with a little bit of shimmer, and you can just apply this all over your lips for a great glossy look, and that shimmer is going to make your lips look even a little bit fuller, and it just brightens up the face. So there you go, guys. Just a few quick, easy steps to take your look from a daytime school look to a nighttime look for an event, a date, or whatever you want. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope this sort of helps you navigate through a routine that will be easy for you to complete in the morning and easy for you to just kind of switch up for nighttime or whatever your occasion might be. Another thing that I discussed with my group were some tips for 5 tips for drugstore makeup shopping. And this was actually a blog that I did a long time ago, but I used that content as the basis for my little talk on how to save money and how to pick the right products from the drugstore. So I have relinked that and all this information on my blog, beautybroadcast.net, on a fresh new blog, and I will have that information below in the bottom bar as well. So thanks again for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.